Hey YouTube, this is your boy Mr. Crazy Guy 24 here to do a full review on my Blackberry Curve from Virgin Mobile. As some people may or may not know, I had a previous video. My previous video of this was basically just a Q&A to tell you some of my thoughts for having this for the very first time. So it wasn't really a review. I was just telling you what I was thinking about it, and basically it was also a Q&A. So if you have any questions, you could ask, and I'll get back to you ASAP. And I got back to everybody. It didn't take me more than a day or two, and I received over 27 comments, and I answered everybody. A couple of PMs, answered people too. So you could I'll probably post the video link if you haven't seen it before, so you could go to that and you could ask me any questions you have. I'm not too sure if I'll probably do the same thing for this video, but on the other one, if you have any questions, post it on the other site. Post it on the other video and I'll get back to it. I'll probably not even enable comments for this. I'm not too sure yet. But anyway, let me get started. So first off, let me tell you some of the pros and cons of this phone. As you can see, that's my flip video, Ultra HD right there. Not the best. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's just stylish, and the video quality is good. The audio is great, but still pixelated, and the angles are too wide. I mean, if they combine the creative Vado lens plus if they just take this lens out and put the creative Vado lens in, this could possibly be the best pocket camcorder you could ever get. No lie. But anyway, we're not talking about the Flip Ultra HD. I'll probably do that in another video. Now we're talking about the Blackberry. One thing so let's talk about some of the pros and cons. One thing I love about this is that how fast it turns on. I mean, look how fast this turns on. Boom. Didn't take more than at least 3 or 4 seconds. It's just so fast. That's one thing I love, and it's great. Another thing I like about this phone is it have loud speakers. So when you go on Google, you go to YouTube, or you have your MP3 and you want to listen to it without the headphones, the speakers on these are pretty loud. So that's a plus. The internet, as you may know, is as I may have said in my previous video, is pretty fast on it's faster on the Wi-Fi network than it is on the mobile network. Duh. But they're still pretty good. Does take longer when it's loading up, websites with more images. That may even have Flash. Flash does not work if you're wondering, but it'll probably take a little bit longer than normal. But when you're looking to go to sites like Facebook, MySpace, the news, the StarLedger.com, one of these places where you could just simple stuff. Yeah. So the internet's pretty fast. The camera's pretty okay for a prepaid phone. Just like any other Blackberry Curve. I compared it. My sister also have a Blackberry Curve but it's Verizon, and I actually try to see some of the differences. Probably the only differences was some added programs like GPS, like Verizon TV app and GPS, but other than that, camera quality was the same, the feel was the same. Probably the only thing different was her keyboard wasn't as loud as mine's. Yeah, my keyboard was kind of louder than hers, and the buttons didn't click. You could hear when I click a button. Yeah, hers didn't really click that loud, but other than that, felt the same, and same stuff. It's built strong and sturdy though. I mean, nice strong. I felt it even felt stronger than the one my sister have. Like my sister Blackberry Curve, this one felt much stronger and much durable than that. And for people saying, why are you doing that, I have a protective case on the back. But anyway, built sturdy and strong. Call quality is loud and crisp. Um, never have dropped calls with the grip of death. Never had drop calls. Call quality is very loud, crisp on speakerphone or on handset or using Bluetooth. Always sounded nice. So big plus. Great coverage on data or on phone. Went to New York, couple of places in Florida with this, and wasn't that call. The bar's still pretty high for Wi-Fi and call, so they have great coverage. Also, you could go to virginmobile.com and you can also check out how good the coverage is in your part or state, city, or town. So you can just go on Virgin Mobile and you can check that out for yourself. There are some cons with this phone. Some big, some, minor, that you could probably get over it. One major one to me was the three-way calling. I'll give you the major ones first. Three-way calling, it doesn't have that. I thought it was just, a program with my phone, but nah. It seems that this phone, Virgin Mobile doesn't support three-way calling, and if you try to do it, you get like a beep 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 beep. I'll go on for like 3 seconds, and yeah. So that was a major problem because that's what I love, three-way calling with my friends. So yeah, that was a major problem for me. It does freezes up when you have more than when you have a couple of apps going. Like if I have more than 6, like 5 or more, it does tend to freeze up sometimes. And some apps, when it freezes, you have to keep pushing this button, the back button, repeatedly, the escape button repeatedly until it closes. One time I had Opera and it just froze. We only show a white blank page, and I kept pressing this repeatedly and it didn't close. I had to pull out the battery and I had to go into a forced restart. So that's another major problem for me. Also, Opera does not work too well on this phone. Mouse, not kind of skips. Your mouse could be here and you rolling this to make it go smooth, but instead it'll go so Opera doesn't work too well on this phone right now. It's not a major problem for me, since I don't use Opera that much. But probably in the future they may fix it. I'm not too sure. So yeah. Another thing is for first-time users, the keyboard, which is a minor problem. As you can see, it's kind of squished up. For first-time Blackberry users, I'm a first-time Blackberry users. The keyboard's kind of squished up, not too much room to text. So you may not be get used to it because your fingers sometimes it be sending text messages because I'm pressing delete, but my fingers so fat it hit the send button, so it will be a problem. But after a while I got used to it, and basically I got used to it, and you'll get used to it. So it's a minor problem right now. If you don't like small keyboards, don't bother with this phone. Another minor problem for me was this phone does not have signatures. When when you text, sometimes you have your friends send you a signature like ... curve. That's one I remember. ... curve is basically the happy face, and you see at the bottom, but it didn't work too well with this. This doesn't have signature at all, only for email, not texting, and that is a minor problem for me. So yeah, so that's mostly some of the cons. Other than that, I love this phone. Good. I love most of the programs I could do. See how fast that was. Your internet is pretty fast. I just typed in YouTube, badly spelled, and as you can see, it goes by pretty quick, goes fast. Another con is Which is also a major problem for me too. Which is also another major problem for me too, is when you try to, like, when it comes to applications, like say this, right? You saw I just closed. Okay, so I press end, right? I press end on the browser. So normally it will close it completely, but actually is basically like, think of it as Firefox, save and quit. Basically you just quit it out of it, but it's still there, still using up your battery. So when playing games, sometimes you may just press the end button and you leave it, but you can't. The only way to do it, so basically what I'm trying to say is, if you're running games and you just press the end button, the game could still be running, which will drain your battery life quick. So you can have like 7 apps that you thought you closed, but they're still running. And even when you turn off the phone, when you turn them back on, they'll still be running right again. So the only way, so make sure you always do 2 things. You either close it, well, for people who can't see that mark closed, or you just keep on pressing the backspace bar until it'll fully take you out. That way, it's fully closed. As you can see, you just restarted, and you know, and it won't drain your battery life. And another major problem I have with this too is battery life. Battery life only lasts, I mean, my battery, doing basic stuff, I get at least, I have to recharge. Basically what I'm trying to say is, I recharge this phone every day. Sometimes the battery may last me through the day, sometimes it may not, but every day you have to charge this phone. You have to charge this phone. It do have good standby time, 10 days, but it's not the best. I mean, there's phones that can last for a month on standby time. All I'm trying to say is, when it comes, if you use your Blackberry heavy, like I'm talking about games, browsers, and if somebody forget to close your applications when you think you exited them, I recommend walking around with a spare battery. So that's basically some of my thoughts. There's not too much to say about programs for me right now. I mean, again, it's like your normal Blackberry. Internet's pretty fast and everything. So that's basically my thoughts on it. If you have any questions, try to post it on my other video than this one. I'll probably not even enable comments. I'm not too sure yet. I probably will. I'm just saying that now. I don't know yet. But anyway, that's my thoughts on my Blackberry curve. That's my thoughts on the Blackberry curve from Virgin Mobile. Rate, comment, and subscribe this